Hello everybody, it's the Cursing Seamstress. Today is Wednesday, the 11th of January. It's still dark outside. I'll be leaving for work in about 30 minutes or so. I have made a really nice pattern. I have made one other garment by this company, and that was for my daughter, and it was the Stevie dress based off of Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac, and my daughter hated it. It was a voluminous, gathered, layered, tiered dress. She didn't like it at all. It was made out of white linen from tablecloths that my mother left me. So that was unfortunate. It looked beautiful on her. It came out really well. But what can you do? The pattern company is called Sew La Di Da. So it's SEWLADIDA. The pattern that I just made is called the Blitz. It's based on a 1940s dress, and I really love it. It just, you know, as I sewed along and, started to put it next to my body and try it on and see if it was going to fit okay, I just really realized that it was, and that it was just cute as could be. Now I made a size, a straight size 16. I wrote that somewhere because pretty much you go by the colors. So this was not layered, but the lines are very easy to follow. They're not all spaghetti, all over the place. I will stand up and let you see this. There are some pleats here, but they're not like big poofy. I don't like the real big stick up sleeve caps at all. Every piece fit together perfectly. The seam allowance in this is 5/8 of an inch. There is a back zipper. It calls for an invisible zipper. I do not like invisible zippers, so the seam allowance was wide enough that I could use a regular zipper, which I prefer, so that's what I put in. It calls for a 22-inch zipper. I only had an 18 in this color matching blue fabric, so that's what I used, and it's fine. Has an empire waist with gathers up under the chest area at the very base. I did not lower that. There really isn't a spot. There's no lengthen line anywhere on the pattern. I think it's fine where it is. The next time I might try to lower it, maybe by an inch or so, but it looks fine. I did lengthen the bottom by an inch. Again, there is no lengthen or shorten line, so I just added an inch to the very bottom. The negative for this pattern is it calls for a bodice lining. So you're cutting another back for the lining and a different piece for the front lining. And then you sew it to the collar area, the neckline, flip it inside, and you're supposed to stitch it around the sleeve again. The sleeves are already in when you're doing this. Stitch it around the sleeves again, and then I guess I didn't pay attention to the pattern, but I had to tack it down at strategic points. The center seam, the side seams, and then I hand sewed, down the zipper. I won't do that again. I wasn't looking forward to lining it. The only thing that you really need to do, you don't need the whole bodice piece. You really only need a facing or even just binding to go around the neckline, because this here there's a seam here, so really having to put in that lining, bodice lining, and do this. I wasn't really able. You're supposed to sew past the dot that you have here, but you really can't get all the way down, or at least I couldn't, to where I needed to get, and there was like a hole there. So I just stitched across it. But what I would do when I am making it again, I've already got it cut out and started sewing it together. I mean, there's no reason. You can just sew. Just do a line of stitching right here and even across here if you need to. And finish that and then put your binding around it. So I am not going to do that lining again. It doesn't make any sense. Plus, even though I serged the edges, that bodice on the inside is really not finished except around here. You know, it's just the serged edges here and the serged edges around here, and then, well, you've hand sewed and tucked under the zipper, so that's finished, but I'm not going to do that again. This is the fabric that I'm using for the next Blitz. This is the skirt piece that I have gotten together. This fabric is so pretty. It is a cotton. It's a very soft cotton, and it came from Hobby Lobby. I bought this probably a couple of years ago or more, but it's very pretty. It's an orangey color with flecks of yellow, and then this is an off-white, and this is black. So this is the front here. The back is where the zipper is going to go. I haven't told you the whole story about Dixie, but she has something called IVDD, intervertebral disc disease. It's a genetic disease causing slip discs and herniated discs. The vertebrae become close to each other, press on the discs that are there to cushion the vertebrae in between all of them. And so in this disease, they become narrow, and eventually a disc will become out of place and slip into the spinal cord area. So she is paralyzed from in her back legs. She cannot walk on her own. So it's a continuing journey trying to figure out how to manage her illness. The neurosurgeon that I took her to said that the chances of her regaining the use of her back legs with surgery would be less than 50%. So she is on medicine and has to be kept in a crate all day. Anyway, it's been one thing after another. Very, very difficult, very much of a strain for me, certainly for her too. So anyway, I forgot what I was saying. So back to the dress, I guess. I will stand up and show it to you. This fabric looks very utilitarian. I like that look. I just like that look. I don't know why. And of course, I always love an empire waist dress. I do recommend using the 22-inch zipper. The 18 is fine for me, but the next one, I'm actually going to go by Walmart today and see if I can find a 22-inch blue zip. All right, what else can I say about this dress? Probably nothing. This fabric, I believe it's a Robert Kaufman. I can't think of the line. It's actually not an apparel fabric. If I can think of it, I will put it in the video so you can look for it if you like it. It's, I wish I could think of it. I don't know. All right, I'm going to stand up and let you have a better look at this. I love the pattern. I think it's, the sizing is perfect, at least for me. The sizing was great. All right. It'd be nice to have pockets right here too, but there's no pockets. Again, I did lengthen it. It's an A-line, which is not my favorite skirt style, but it works okay for this. I mean, I think there's enough drape where, you know, it doesn't stand out like that all the time. I love this V-neck. I love the collar. The sleeves are great. I like everything about it. And I'm wearing it to work today with some blue booties. So that's it. I will talk to you later and I'll show you the progress of the next blitz in the next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.